Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by tall mountains and whispering forests, there lived an old elephant named Ramu. He had big, kind eyes and a gentle heart. But behind those eyes was a silent story that no one had heard for many years. Ramu once belonged to a traveling circus when he was young and strong. They tied a heavy iron chain around his leg, and every day he tried to break free. He pulled, he pushed, he twisted with all his strength. But no matter what he did, the chain would not break. Days turned into weeks and weeks into years. Every time he tried and failed, the pain grew stronger, not just in his body, but in his heart. After many painful tries, Ramu gave up. He stopped trying. He stopped believing. Time passed. The circus closed. The people left. The tents came down, but Ramu stayed there tied to the same post. But now, it wasn't an iron chain anymore. It was just a thin rope, loose and weak. So weak that even a small pull could set him free. But Ramu didn't move. Not even an inch. He believed he was still trapped one day. A young boy named Arav came to the village with his grandfather. While exploring the village, he saw the giant elephant standing still beside a post. Arav was amazed but confused. He turned to his grandfather and asked, "Grandpa, why doesn't the elephant walk away?" "The rope is so thin." The old man looked at Ramu and said gently, "My child, this is what they call learned helplessness." When Ramu was young and the chain was real, he tried and failed so many times that he stopped believing now. Even though the chain is gone, his mind still thinks he's trapped. The rope isn't holding him, his thoughts are. Arav didn't forget those words that night. He came back quietly. He untied the rope and whispered to Ramu, "You are free." But Ramu didn't move. He stood still, staring into the night. The next morning, Arav came again. He brought a bucket of water and some fruit. He sat beside Ramu and spoke to him kindly. Every day, he returned not to force Ramu, but to be his friend, to remind him that he was no longer a prisoner. Days turned into weeks, and something magical happened one morning. As the golden sun rose over the hills, Ramu slowly lifted his leg. He looked at the empty space where the rope used to be, and then he took one step forward, then another and another. And then he began to walk. Not just walk. He trotted into the open fields, feeling the soft earth under his feet. For the first time in decades, the whole village came to watch in silence. Some clapped, some cried, but all of them smiled because the elephant, who once believed he could never be free, had finally broken the only chain that ever truly held him. His own doubt, friends. Sometimes we are just like Ramu. We stop trying because we once failed. We stop dreaming because of fear. We think we're stuck because of something that happened long ago. But what if the only thing truly holding us back is our own belief? Maybe the ropes are already untied. Maybe freedom is just one step away. So the next time your heart whispers, "You can't do it," remember Ramu and take that step. Because your story, your future, your freedom, it's waiting just outside the circle of doubt. Be strong, be brave, and never stop believing in yourself. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a little reminder today. And don't forget to subscribe. Again, we'll meet with another beautiful and inspiring story. Like this, until then, keep believing, keep moving forward, and never stop dreaming.